What is going on, guys? Ryan from Livin here, and today I'm going to be showing you guys how you can go clamming. It's a super fun activity. You can do it with your friends and your family. You're going to be getting a little dirty and a little muddy, probably a little smelly too, but you know, it's a super fun activity to do. You can have a delicious dinner with the clams afterwards. All around, it's a great day. I love clamming, and you guys should definitely give it a try if you have clams in your local area. So today I'm going to be showing you guys some of my local regulations and stuff that I have to follow here in New York State, and I recommend that you guys look up before you go clamming the rules and regulations nearby you before you go out, so that way you know you're not doing anything illegal. So let me show you guys my setup that I use, and I'm going to show you guys my techniques and things you should look out for when clamming. And yeah, I'll set you guys up so you're all ready to go clamming for your first time. All right, so let's get right into it. So currently here in New York State, you do not need to have any special permit or license to go clamming. All you need to do is follow the rules and regulations and you'll be all set. So I'm going to be showing you guys my setup right here. Okay, I have my clam rake, bought from West Marine. Here you are. It's just a rake with some teeth and a basket with a long handle. Now this one I got from West Marine. It's all metal. There's pros and cons to that. As you can see, it's starting to rust a little bit. I don't know if you could, there you can see that it's starting to rust pretty bad, but it still works. A lot of times you'll find that you can find some older clam rakes and stuff, and they'll have wood handles. And there's some pros and cons. The wood handle, if you drop your clam rake in the water, then the handle will help it float a little bit. This, if it drops in the water, it's going straight down to the bottom and it's going to blend in and you're never probably going to see it again. So the wood handle is better, but sometimes, you know, splinters and stuff that you can get on your hands from it, it has its pros and cons just like everything else. So I also have a sand anchor for my kayak and my method of transportation. So you guys do not need a kayak to go clamming. I mean, it depends on where you live, but here on Long Island where I am, you do not need a kayak. There are plenty of spots that you can go to that you can actually just walk from a parking lot, go to the shore. Like the other side of the water over there, as you can see, right over there, there's actually parking lots and stuff over there that you can just walk down from and kayak and clam the waters over there. Personally, I prefer to come over here because less people can access this area. This is my area, and yeah, less people here means more clams for me, so that's why I like fishing over here, clamming over here. So yeah, I take my kayak over. It's a fantastic method of transportation. Don't have to worry about anchoring a boat or anything like that. Big hassle, just taking a kayak. So this is my setup, and this is my area. Right now it is dead low tide. I usually clam with that tide a little bit higher than this, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started by clamming some of this water over here, this a little bit. You don't really want to clam on the dry land, or at least I don't prefer to. So I'll clam this little stream that's going around to the back, and then there's a little bit of water in the area back here. I'll clam over there. I typically just stay where the water is. So when you're looking for a clamming spot, you have to make sure that you're allowed to clam, because there's a lot of times you're not allowed to harvest out of certain channels and bodies of water. So you have to make sure you know where you're clamming, and as long as you're allowed to clam there like we are in this channel, then you're all good. So you kind of look for these seagrass bed areas, and yeah, that's kind of where the clams are going to hang out. You want to, it's a lot of trial and error, you know, so you're going to have to come out here, you have to put in your time, just like everything else in this, on the water fishing and everything like that. You got to put in your time, you got to try to find your own spots. That's how I found this spot. I was just climbing around trying different areas, and this spot worked for me. So enough talking, let's get right into it. Okay, so one quick thing I want to show you guys about the clam rake. You can see here it has these holes. So the regulations for clams, you can keep 100 clams. Like I said, in New York State, hard shell clams, you can keep 100 of them, and between the hinges, which I'll show you the hinge once I catch a clam, it has to be a 1-inch diameter. So these holes between, if you go out and buy a clam rake from a store, not making it yourself, the holes are actually 1 inch in between. So it's really easy to check. You just stick the clam, and if he falls through the hole, then he's too small. And if he can fit, then you can keep them. So it's super simple. You don't have to have an external measuring device or anything. As long as you have a regular clam rake that you bought from a store that's up to like regulation standards. So that's super cool. It makes it really easy to tell if you can keep clams or not. You don't have to worry. So let's get right into this. So I'm gonna start clamming here. What I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pick a spot right here. Drop your rake in, teeth side down. You see that? Teeth side goes down. You want to dig it into the ground. And then what you're going to do is put your hand here, probably a hand back here. That's just how I do it. You're going to figure it out for yourself. And you're going to take it and you're just going to pull back. And you want to keep raking down. So you're going to pull towards you and rake down. And you're just going to keep doing this. So you have a little shuffle motion. And you just keep going until you feel something hard. Like you hit a rock. Like right there. I feel a little something. I don't know if it's a clam or not. I don't think so. But you're basically going to want to keep digging the teeth in around whatever it is until you can feel it come up. See right there, that's a clam. Kind of stopped me in my tracks. You can see I have one clam in there already. And you're just going to keep rocking it until you think you have it. And you're going to turn it upside down. Do a little shaky shake. And there you go, you got some clams. So not too bad, nice and easy. For today's meal, I'm not gonna keep too many. We're planning on making linguine and clam sauce. So something like this is not kind of the size I want. This size is kind of better for baked clams because you could just take it, mince up everything that you catch, all the goodies inside. So this part right here, this is the hinge that I was telling you guys about. This is the part that you have to measure a 1-inch diameter. Now this guy is definitely big enough to fit in. He's ginormous. This is what I call a softball. I'm not going to be keeping him, so I'm just going to throw him right back in the water. There's no harm in this or anything. You can actually check back on your clams later. They'll start to bury themselves. So I toss them there, give him like 20 minutes, and he's already going to have some sand on top of him. He's going to start burying himself again. Size like this, I'm going to keep for now. Might toss him back later. He's a little borderline for what I want to keep. This guy is too big, so he's going back. Toss him back with his other buddy. And then this clam, he is going to be one for the bucket. There you go. One in the bag, and that's all there is to it. Now you just want to kind of find your spot. Found one there, so I'll try to stay around the same area. If the area is no good, just move on to the next. Just keep trying different areas. So once again, plop the rake down. Now you want to do a little shuffle motion and dig around. That sounded like a clam right there. Actually, it looks like I have a horseshoe crab in there. Just want to keep digging though. Ooh, I got a couple horseshoe crabs. All right, I'm not gonna do this spot. I found 2 baby horseshoe crabs. Maybe they're living there. Maybe there's a nest. I'm gonna switch spots. Try somewhere else. I would also recommend wearing some sort of footwear. You can see here I got my Crocs on, because there are broken shells everywhere and they will scrape up your feet. I actually have a pretty gnarly scar on the back of my ankle from one time clamming where my foot just sunk in and that was it. Scraped the entire back of my foot open. So recommend wearing some sort of footwear while doing this. Drop the rake right on top of one. That's 2 at least. Okay. I got a couple. I think I'll keep this guy. This one too. They're borderline though. I'm looking for smaller than this. Ooh, I got a crab. It almost looks like a blue claw. Oh my god, I got a blue claw, guys. Whew! This is awesome. Wait a second. I've been seeing the blue claws around. I think we're gonna let her go because I don't know the exact rules and regulations on the blue claws right now in my area, and I'd rather be safe than sorry. It's also only one blue claw. That doesn't make much of a meal, so we're gonna let this girl go, even though I love blue claws. It's really good to see them around. Go on, come on, let go, let go. There you go, wrong way. There she is, burrowing herself. Pretty cool. Not really sure what was going on with that. That was strange. Looks like I was stuck on some shells. That's interesting. We're catching all sorts of things today, but we did get beautiful size. See, that's the size I'm looking for right there. Fits your palm nicely. That's the size we want. Spider crab, stone, and a bunch of shells. Here we are. Feels like we got a couple. Turn the rake. Shuffle. Just like that, you got yourself 4 clams. There we go. Pretty good size too. Also suggest wearing a bathing suit with pockets, because I like to load up my pockets when I go. I don't like to drag my kayak, it's back there. I don't like to drag it around everywhere. I toss this one back. Okay, so one thing that I do recommend to you guys, just like your fish, you want to keep these clams on ice if possible, but being on a kayak, that much extra added weight is a little tough. I already sit pretty low. Usually the back usually comes down all the way to the water line after a good day of clamming. So what I actually like to do is I have this jet ski anchor right here, and it's a sand anchor. So you're supposed to put sand in it to keep your jet ski weighted down for an anchor. So I just put the clams inside here, as you guys can see. And I put the clams in there because it acts as a weight, so it keeps my kayak from floating away, and it keeps the clams in the water so they're staying nice, cool, alive, and healthy, just back in their environment, but they're not going anywhere. So it's like, if you guys go pick up this sand anchor, it's like the perfect solution to this problem if you're on a kayak like me. So all right, so now I think you guys are all ready to go out and harvest your own clams. Just remember the things I taught you. Stick your rake in the ground, shuffle it till you feel something like a rock, shuffle them out of the ground, and then you got yourself a clam. And then I'm gonna keep staying out here and get enough so I have a nice dinner tonight. But that's gonna do it for today's video. If you like this kind of how to go clamming video, I could post other things similar to this, how to catch certain fish species, just how-to videos. Let me know if you want to see that down in the comments down below. If you guys aren't subscribed to my YouTube channel already, make sure you guys subscribe to that. I'm gonna drop this clam rake. Yeah, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. And also, if you're not following me on Instagram, it's Livin_salty with 2 Y's. I'll put on the screen right here. Make sure you guys go follow that. I post a lot of behind the scenes and just cool pictures from my adventures on there. I'll also post when I am going to be posting, since I'm a little irregular right now. That should be going back to normal soon. I apologize, but due to circumstances, I can't post as often as I want to. So, that being said, thank you guys for watching this video. Smash the like button if you enjoyed, and remember to keep living salty.